All right, let's talk optimizing hamstrings, but also let's talk optimizing hip function. So what I've got here is I've got my skeleton, and we're looking at how this leg bone moves in the pelvis. Yeah, how this leg bone moves in the pelvis. So often when people come into a movement where they want to stretch their hamstrings, they end up bringing their leg up, but they also bring their whole pelvis with them, right? So then they flatten through their spine and their pelvic goes into a posterior tilt. So then what ends up occurring is, instead of the movement actually happening well through that leg bone, what ends up happening is more something like this. I mean, I can't totally demonstrate it with this model, but you can see it more from here if I move this like so. Yeah. So then what you're not doing is you're not really gaining the better function here at your leg bone. And so then a lot of people, and there's a whole bunch of other reasons for this, but just let's look at this one, is then a lot of people won't get the gain they want through the hamstring. So really think about what your pelvis is doing when you are moving in to the position. So if I'm here, like so, it's like just wherever your pelvis lands, and then start to bring your leg on up, and can your pelvis just stay where that is, right, as you bring your leg up? Or for you to do that movement, is it, you can see this here with my shirt, you can see the flattening here of the shirt, right? Or is it something like that, right? And so it's something super, super simple. Not a lot of people talk about it, but if you were to do it, it's amazing the awareness that it first grows in terms of what you then start to realize is available in your leg bone and your pelvis connection, so in your hip joint. And you start to realize the relationship between how this leg bone is moving in the socket, and if your compensation strategy is between your pelvis and your ribs, which then also opens up to whether you've got a compensation strategy elsewhere. Like, it's really remarkable as people start to just get that really, really small little movement of the leg bone and the pelvis, how much that opens up in terms of other awarenesses and how much it changes the dynamic of their hamstring, but also of their hips, also of their SI, also of their back, also of their QL, also of the ribs, also of their breath, and so much more. Just this one little tiny thing. So consider it. Consider as you're moving. Can that pelvis stay quiet as you move that leg bone, as you come up into what's in yoga called Supta Padangusthasana? As you go up into that movement, can you just keep your pelvis where it is? And then if not, what the heck's happening? And be aware of what's happening. And then as you start to get clarity on that, so much can change. I'll be talking more about that in coming up live, so come on back, okay? We'll see you soon. Have fun.